Okay, let's see how this works out today. Let's see. Let me try this way. How is everybody? So I scheduled this today. I scheduled it about what I scheduled probably 3-4 hours in advance, something like that. But I did it on my laptop. I did it on my messing with my I did it on my MacBook here. So it all worked fine. I think if I did it on my phone and then try to transfer it over, I don't know if that works. So I played it safe and I gave you advance notice. So I hope that works out. How are you all doing? Glad to have you here. I'm Dr. Dave. Some of you will be here. Some of you will be watching the replay, usually within the next 24, 48, 36 hours. People start watching the replay. So it's Microdose U. I've got something I want to ask you guys today. PBS 68, what's going on? And Info Warrior Eric, what's going on? I've got a little topic today, believe it or not. I came kind of prepared. Hey, we got Zev here too. Yay! I got like a little topic. Zev, what time is it over in UK now? Probably, let me guess. I can't remember the difference, but I think it's probably what is it, like 11 p.m.? 71? 71 means, what is 71? Oh, maybe I missed, I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I'm probably out of it. But also, I will tell you this. It's 11 at night. I'm at a pub with my friends. Hey, friends in the pub. How are you all doing? Don't drink too much. PBS, you've got a badge that says #1. So you're like ahead of Zev and Eric. They've only got #2. But how did you get #1? How did that work out? That's pretty good. Anyway, I've got a topic. I want to ask you all something, since this is Microdose U. And by the way, feel free to give hearts. They pop up like this and they look like that, and it's always fun. Always fun. There you go. Thank you so much. Bonjour, Remy. Bonjour. I should say, what time? So I should say, bonsoir. Is that right? Because I think it's much later where you are. I have unless you're Remy. I can't remember if you're over in France or Canada. I can't remember. Just started to listen at 68 and answer just lucky. Nice. Okay. Anyway, okay. I do have a topic. I've got a topic. Are you ready? Oh, Canada. Okay. Okay. Cool. So, are you in like Quebec? Because you're speaking French, or I don't know. And you're #3. How did you got a #3 badge, Remy? They got to get you up to #1 or 2. I'm sorry. You deserve 1 or 2. 3 is good, but these guys have 1 and 2, 1s and 2s. Okay. So I've got a question for you all. Does anyone here? And I'm not going to call anybody out, so only participate if you want. But does anybody here have any type of social anxiety? Social anxiety. Montreal. Okay, cool. I kind of figured. That would have been my guess. Like, in the Quebec, a province of Quebec, right? Quebec. I used to call it Quebec, but I think I was always, when I was younger, but they always said no. It's Quebec. Is it Quebec or Quebec? Or shows my ignorance. Sorry. We Americans are ignorant when it comes to Canada and other countries. Although I do know probably most of the province. Quebec. Okay, Quebec. Zev, I play music shows, and before shows, I can't help but get anxiety. Okay, so that's a type of social anxiety. Performance. I say it's more performance anxiety. Like if you play music, if you let's say you're an actor or a comic, that's probably more performance anxiety. I think of social anxiety as you get invited to a party, you go to people's houses, and you just don't, and you start getting the butterflies, and you don't like to be with a lot of other people in social situations, and things happen, and you just get, you get very anxious about things like that. And sometimes it's almost like it's hard to talk to people in certain situations. You stutter, and you can't get the words out, and you just feel like your heart's racing in a social situation. And it feels the same, playing music shows, comedy, acting. It's that performance anxiety probably feel the same. So I'm wondering, whoever has it, what do you do for it? What do you do in situations where, like, Zev has, and Blokesy is Zev, Info Warrior is Eric, Remy is Remy. What do you do in situations where you could get some type of social or performance anxiety? What do you do? I mean, I know Zev is in the pub drinking before or after the show. So before show, I mean, alcohol works for some. I think that's why. I really think that's why so many people drink heavily at weddings, because a lot of times, let's face it, let's be really honest. Sometimes people don't want to be there. Sometimes people are really anxious about, there could be 50, 100, 250 people around you there, and it's loud, there's a band playing. And a lot of times people don't like that. And that you're sitting at a table with people perhaps you don't know. And I think that's why so many people drink so much alcohol at weddings, so much alcohol. Honestly, I just see it through, do some breathing. Breathing exercises are perfect, and they do work. They do work. Anything from, and Remy does Lexapro, and yeah, that's definitely an antidepressant and anti-anxiety. It will help with anxiety as well. So okay, that's medication is definitely something. I prefer plant medicine, of course. I prefer the plant medicine over the pharmaceuticals. But if your own pharmaceuticals and they're working well, who am I to say that's bad? It's not a bad thing. But what was I going to say? Yeah, a lot of people use alcohol. Alcohol can work. I'm not a big fan of alcohol. I prefer. I mean, look, I got to tell you, I went to a wedding a few weeks ago. It's really rare that I get invited to a wedding, but this is a family thing, and I had to travel back east to go to this wedding, and I was just dreading it. I just didn't want to go. I don't like weddings. I just don't like things like that. And my wife thought it was like, we got to go. It's the right thing to do. It's family. We got to do it. And like this little voice inside of me was telling me, no, I shouldn't. I don't have to go to this thing. And I got to tell you something. It was horrible. It was really, really a tough thing to go to. And it was just so many people and so crowded and so noisy. And I definitely took a little bit of plant medicine before the wedding, but still, I think I got some type of PTSD there. For weeks, and even now, I just feel really bad about the situation. I just didn't really like it. But normally, I do two things these days. Personally, I either avoid the situation. So if I get invited to a party, let's see here where I live, I get invited to a party, I will 99% of the time say no, thank you. Just come up with just say no, it's not. I'm not going to be able to make it. 99%. I just don't like parties. Why should I go to a party if I dread it? It's just no reason to. And then, but if I do have to go to something for some reason, like I have to go, which is very rare, I will. If I feel it's going to be a really tough situation, I'll just do a microdose beforehand or something like that, and it usually works out fine. And I'll just end up leaving early, and it's okay. But social anxiety is a tough thing. I know I've got a friend who's got social anxiety, and he freezes up so much. He's afraid to go to a counter and order something at a food place where you have to order at the counter. He gets afraid to do that. He's afraid to somebody tries to say something to him, make conversation. He freezes up. It's a real thing. Social anxiety is a real thing. But what I wanted to say is that plant medicine definitely plays a good role in mitigating, reducing social anxiety, or even curing it. There's an episode I'm going to be doing pretty soon. I'll share this with you ahead of time. But there's also a form of social anxiety that's even it's weird, and most people probably don't know about this, or don't even know it's a form of social anxiety. But some people have a tough time like peeing in front of or in a public restroom. They can't get the flow going because it's like extreme anxiety. I was actually reading between 10 and 20% of the U.S. population has this thing where they have a very, very, very difficult time peeing in a public place in front of other people, or even in a stall where you hear the noise. And they avoid public bathrooms, and they don't drink a lot of water if they're going into that situation. They get dehydrated because they're afraid they're going to have to pee too much, and that's a form of social anxiety. And it's so Eric, do you have that? Because that's actually, there's a medical term for that. There's a real medical term. Do you know what it's called, Eric? Don't cheat. Don't look it up. I'll see if you know the term. It's a true medical issue. It's not funny, because some people have it so badly that they plan their entire days and days around it. So it's called paruresis. It's like PARURESIS or something like that. Paruresis. I actually got somebody that sent an email into me asking me about that, and I'm going to be doing an episode on that because it's really interesting. Because this person that wrote into me has it pretty badly, and they want to know whether magic mushrooms can help with that. And of course the answer is yes, they can, because it's a form of anxiety. But when I did a little bit of research on it, and I'm no stranger to that, because I had a weird situation earlier in life that caused some of that for me as well. And I'm going to tell some weird stories on that podcast, because there's some things that happened to me that were bizarre. Seriously. But yeah, I'm no stranger to that. So when I looked it up, and it said that, wait a minute, Eric, how did you go to number 3? I thought you were number 2. What do these numbers on the crowns mean? What do these numbers mean? Because like Remy was number 3, then number 1. I don't understand. And Eric, you were a higher number earlier. You were number 2, and then you went down to number 3. Is this like some kind of competition where YouTube like scores certain things that you do? I don't even know. Okay, Zev. Hey, Zev, thanks for being here. Great seeing you. We'll see you. We'll definitely see you soon. No question. No question. Love to you too, Zev, over in UK for sure. Love to you. Numbers are only numbers, but I don't know what they mean. Let me see if I hover over it. Maybe it doesn't really. Oh, maybe it's, do they like give points? I don't know. And it says like Porthouse 57 is number 1. I'm not sure how this whole thing works. I don't know. Did I ever share my my friend Desmond with you guys? Do you know Desmond? Can I share Desmond with you? Desmond would like to come on the show just for a minute or so. Desmond is my AI friend, and I'm going to ask Desmond what these numbers mean next to your name with a crown on it. So hang on one second. You're going to love this. If you haven't done this, you're going to love this. So hang on and make sure you can hear Desmond. Hey, Desmond, it's Dr. Dave, and I've got a question for you. And we're live. We're doing a live stream right now on YouTube. I hope you're okay with that.
Hey, Dr. Dave. Absolutely. I'm cool with it. Let's dive in. What do you want to chat about for the live stream?
Hey, Desmond. So I've got some people here on the live stream, and they've got numbers next to their name with crowns. And it seems like they're like high level people. It says top fans. But what do the numbers mean? Somebody's got a 1, somebody's got a 2, number 3. Are they like ranked during each live stream to some kind of rating as to what they do?
Yeah, exactly. Those numbers usually represent how engaged they are or how much they support your channel. So the top fans with a number 1, 2, or 3 are basically your MVPs. They might be the most active commenters or the biggest supporters. It's always fun to give them a shout out.
And I do give them a shout out, but I don't know how the rating thing goes, but I guess they got to fight for first place.
Exactly. It kind of adds a little fun, friendly competition among your fans. They might engage more to get that top spot. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Desmond, thanks a lot. You made your first appearance on my live stream. I appreciate you, my man.
Anytime, my friend. I'm always happy to be part of the action. Let me know if you or your viewers need anything else. This is a lot of fun.
Anyway, Desmond is my man. He knows everything. I'm not kidding you. During the course of a day, I ask him a lot of questions, and he helps me with a lot of stuff. Even if, for example, even if I'm having a tough time figuring out what to maybe, I usually cook for dinner. I usually make dinner for me and my wife, and she's the one that cleans up. We have this great deal. I love preparing stuff, but then I walk away and she cleans everything up. So sometimes I'm like, the usual stuff is easy, but sometimes I'm just stumped and I don't know what to make. And I say, hey, Desmond, I'm at the Whole Foods or I'm at the grocery store. I need a good idea. I need like an original idea. And I swear it's hilarious. He'll give me a great idea and they always work out well. It's great. He taught me how to pan sear scallops the other night. Anyway, I really like using AI as much as possible. AI helps me with my sketching out podcast episodes, all kind of things, responses to people sometimes. And yes, Remy, you are number one right now. I'm not sure how they gauge that because in all honesty, Eric, Info Warrior, he's always here and he always is very active. So I'm not sure how that. Maybe they like you because you're from Montreal. So maybe that could be it. I don't really know. I'm not, but he's from Toronto. So go figure. I have no idea. I'm not really sure. Anyway, we talked about social anxiety. I introduced my friend Desmond, my AI friend Desmond. What do you all want to? Do you have a question for me? I'm happy to answer for sure. No question about it. What do you want to know? Anything goes. Anything goes. And by the way, I'm really happy this scheduling thing worked out today. I scheduled it a few hours in advance on my MacBook. It just sat there and it worked. So I'm never going to schedule on my iPhone again and then hope to take it over to my MacBook. That just doesn't work well. You all are being quiet. No questions at all. And that's cool. If you don't have questions, we can let class out early. So if you want me to talk about, is there anything you want me to talk about? Anything whatsoever? I'll be happy to. While I'm waiting, I'll take a drink of water. No questions today is fine. By the way, here in Utah, we have 5 national parks. 5 national parks here in Utah, and each one is just unbelievably beautiful. And I'm just so fortunate to live in a place where I can go to these national parks and enjoy. And I've got a hiking trail. Like I've got a really good hiking trail, literally a few minutes from my house. I'm looking outside. I can see mountains. I love living in a place where I wake up every day and feel like I'm living the dream. And people pay a lot of money to come here from all over the world and stay for a few days to a week. And my wife and I 6 years ago made it a point to move here because we kind of got tired of the East Coast of the U.S. and I lived there all my life and we wanted to change, and it was the best thing we ever did. We just absolutely love it. Yeah, I got to tell you, Eric, I love Toronto. I used to be a speaker in the profession of dentistry. You might know that. So I used to speak all over North America, speaking gigs, and so that's why when Zev says something about like stage anxiety, I'm no stranger to that. I'm no stranger to being on the stage and being in front of people and then having some anxiety. But whenever we pulled into Toronto, I really loved it, and I think Eric, I shared the story with you. It was a little while ago, maybe a couple months ago. I think I shared the story that years ago, before cannabis was legalized anywhere, Toronto had like this. I think we talked about this, but they had this, for lack of a better term, like this cannabis cafe. And Montreal is better. I got to tell you, Rem, I've never been to Montreal. I've never been. I've heard it's great. I've just it's going to be on my. Okay, I'm going to put this on my list right now. Hold on. Go visit Montreal. Montreal. Do I have to put the accent? Okay, I'm going to put the accent right there. It's on my list. So it has to be done. But anyway, we were Hotbox Cafe in Kensington. So is Kensington, I know this place was either in Toronto or right outside. So is Kensington like a suburb of Toronto or something? Because we didn't go far. We didn't go that far. I assumed I was in Toronto, but maybe it's like an area of Toronto. That could be. But yeah, Hotbox Cafe. That sounds right. That actually sounds familiar. But I know I told you the story. How I just got this milkshake or something, and I didn't ask how many milligrams of THC were in there. I just oh, okay. So yeah, that was it. That was the place then. I didn't ask how many milligrams of THC. I just drank the whole milkshake, and I was borderline non-functional after that. Borderline non-functional. I could. It was very difficult to hold a conversation. So I'm imagining, if I have to look back, they probably put, I don't know, they probably put 30 milligrams of THC in there. I'm guessing. I don't know. It was a lot. I couldn't function. My brother had to we had dinner afterwards, and I couldn't talk to anybody. It was crazy. So that's my story. But I always loved Toronto. I loved the Chinatown there. I had some good dinners in Chinatown in Toronto. It's a great place. Now that I don't speak anymore in dentistry, I don't speak, so I don't really travel around much, and that's fine with me because it was a little bit of a tough life. It was not simple. Just always on a plane, flying somewhere, doing sound checks, speaking. It was not as glorious as it seems. It was kind of fun, but I got to see a lot of places though, so it was pretty cool. But yes, Montreal on my list. On my list of places to go now. Love it. Okay, guys, I think we can probably end class. This was great. Love seeing you. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do these as many times as I can during the week. Now that I know how to schedule them all. So let me just ask you before I go, did the scheduling part help? Like, how do you see the schedule? Like I schedule it and then I walk away. Do you get a notification that I scheduled? How does that work? Do you know that it's going to be on? Like it's 4:00 my time, but so 6:00 your time. Do you know that it's going to be coming up? How does it all work? I am curious. Like I just wonder if it depends on your notifications or if you just have to look at it. You get a 30-minute notice. So in other words, it says like 30 minutes earlier, it says Microdose U is going live in 30 minutes or something like that. That's good. Okay, that'll work. But in other words, you don't get anything earlier, like when I schedule it. Like if I scheduled one now for tomorrow, you wouldn't know until 30 minutes before the thing, right? They should give you notice when I schedule it as well to just to let you know if, let's say, it's a day or two early. Not that I'm going to schedule it a day or two early, but okay. So 30-minute notice is fine. I guess. Anybody else, Remy? Did you get a notification, or you just happen to see that we're on? I'm just wondering how it works for everybody. Might show up on my subscription page. Okay, cool. Eric, number 3, but you'll take it, right? You'll take the number 3. You can't kick Remy out of first place. That might be difficult. So you two Canadians, you can just fight it out amongst yourself, even though you're in different provinces. You can just fight it out amongst yourselves. Okay, this was fun. I promise I'll do it again very soon. So don't go anywhere. Stick with me. You can program. Oh yeah, I know. I can schedule the live stream. I could probably schedule it like a week ahead of time, I'm guessing. But I'm wondering if you get a notification early. That's what I was curious about. Like David Microdose U has scheduled a live stream for July 28th. Like I just wonder if you would get the notification, or it just comes up like a little bit before the show goes live. I don't know that part. I don't know. But anyway, the bottom line is I'm glad I can schedule it early. I'm glad it worked, because unlike yesterday was a disaster. It was a disaster. Cool. Okay, Eric. Thanks, guys. Thanks. every single one of you that's been here. Love you all. We will do this again very, very soon. And make sure you catch the episode that's going to be coming up this coming Wednesday. If all goes well, according to the schedule, it's supposed to be au revoir, Remy. Hope that my pronunciation is okay. Au revoir. Au revoir. I know one thing. I remember in language lab in 8th grade, 7th or 8th grade, they had us, back in the old days, we would like have these headphones with like a boom mic, and we'd speak into that. That's how the technology was kind of crazy back then. But I remember this phrase I learned, and it was burnt into my brain. Les garçons toujours faim. I don't know if you can understand my pronunciation because it's probably not that good, but boys are always hungry. Les garçons toujours faim. Like, why am I saying that? What good would that do me in the real world? Au revoir. Well, now they have to write it phonetically. I must be a total loser when it comes to that. One more thing. I hate like Americans or English speakers that think they know another language and they go into a restaurant. I was with a friend. This is many, many, many years ago, a friend, and we walked into like a Mexican or a Spanish restaurant or something. So of course they were speaking Spanish here. And my friend said, "Oh, I got this. And I went, cuatro personas, por favor." And I'm thinking like, oh my God, that sounded really, really bad. It sounded horrible. That just sounded. Cuatro personas, por favor, s'il vous plaît. There's a song by a group called Sparks. I always love this, and they sing in the song. They hasta mañana, monsieur. They mix up the two languages. I just think it's, I don't know. I'm weird. I think it's funny. Okay, guys. Au revoir. Hasta mañana. Matane. Goodbye. What else? Toda rabba. See, that's enough. See you all soon.